Hello, folks. I'm just going to try to do ten things you didn't know about the Power Rangers or you just have it in the back of your mind. Number one, in the pilot episode, technically, weirdly enough, it was called something about Star Beasts or some kind of crap, so they can hide it, which that's not really the hint. The cool thing I need to mention is the fact of before Trini, before Tween, they actually had a Latina. A Latina was going to play as a Sixth Ranger, Yellow Ranger. And well, for unknown reasons, she got switched. Me personally, I'm like, even so, allow her to be this Yellow Ranger's mother. It's like, yeah, it's kind of cool that now in the movie, you get what she kind of was going to start in the first place, a yellow Latino Ranger. Pretty cool. Number two is where Billy's last name come from. For those who don't know, Billy's last name is Cranston. And who is voicing Zordon? Yep, Bryan Cranston. He actually worked on the show, which chances are you already heard from Stephen Colbert's interview with him. And well, the craziest part has to be the fact of they liked him so much that they just named his last name after him. So Billy actually is a Cranston, and they are related by inspiration, or at least by anything, a just nice little wink at him. Number three is that Green Ranger, aka Tommy Oliver, was gonna first be cast as a Japanese dude. Yes, they were looking for a Japanese guy to play as the Green Ranger, and this was the first of two attempts to actually kill a Ranger. Yes, because in the original version, the Green Ranger actually did die. They actually was toying around with the idea of, yeah, we maybe should just kill the Green Ranger. Of course, at the last minute, they couldn't do it. Tommy Oliver was born. Jason David Frank gave a good show, and they were like, okay, well, we definitely can't kill him. So instead, we're just going to make him lose his powers. There we go. There we go. And we're now on number four, right? It's like, yeah, now we're on number four. Number four is the fact of you wonder why Jason, Trini, and Zach left the Rangers? Well, of course, it was the conference, which kind of weird that in Power Rangers Zeo, we have no freaking add on to the conference because Jason did return to be the Gold Ranger, but we didn't even get to hear what the conference actually inferred of them. But of course, for those who don't know, it turns out that Jane Austen, Tween, and Walter Jones all had issues with what they were getting paid for because it was non-union and they were getting worked like dogs. They said, yes, we deserve to get more money. And well, of course, the Bonds actually said, no, you don't. And you're just like, yeah, go. So they decided to replace the three Rangers to compensate for the fact of, you will not get more money from me. Kind of a Disney move, but sure, why not? It's like, yeah, it kind of sounds like a Disney move, but sure, why not? So number five is very interesting, is the White Ranger wasn't supposed to be Tommy Oliver. Yeah, for people who didn't know, the White Ranger actually was going to be someone else, someone they actually did try to queue up as the new Ranger because, well, in the meantime, Jason David Frank actually got a promotion, in quotations, promotion. He was going to star in this new TV show called Cybertron, and he was technically it's loosely based on VR Troopers, considering Ryan wore the same suit as he was going to wear. So yeah, that was an interesting thing that was going to happen. But of course, every kid outcried for Jason David Frank. They outcried for Tommy Oliver, so they had no choice but to actually bring him back. And as for the poor actor who was going to get a better life and better notification of himself, well, for him, he is still in VR Troopers. He got to voice the Gold Ranger before the Gold Ranger was revealed. And, well, he does still get noted, but he's not actually as big as he could have been if he was the White Ranger. Number six. Yeah, number six. Should I skip? I guess why not? Because I bet some of you are thinking, what the hell do you mean by other Ranger deaths? For those who don't know, in Time Force, Eric's character was actually going to die as well. And Well, technically, that was his fate of his original character. He actually died trying to get his bird back. Yes, so this charismatic, this not really charismatic, but either way, this tough guy has a pet bird, and he gave the girl the pet bird to babysit while he actually tries to save the day. And he got a little bit injured, but the girl come and said, "Oh my gosh, your bird is gone. I it took it for a minute," and he had no choice but to look for the bird, which the bird was outside on the freaking steps, pole on the steps. So the railing of the steps. So he went outside, go and get the bird. He left his morpher and he got shot in the back by the freaking minion. That is how he died. As for what Saban had planned for Eric, we don't really know. The good news is that, yeah, and this is a side note, the good news is that the person who played as Eric was a stuntman, and every single job he played as a stuntman, you can hear it in some interviews and some panels, it turns out that every single person he stunt acted as, he died. The character died. But in this case, he was about to die, but days in the last minute, just like Tommy Oliver said, no, 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 nope, he still lives. He lives. Let's go with number 8. Yeah, I'm just going to jump from Mighty Morphin to other seasons. At number 8, we have this crazy thing of, okay, SPD's, okay, I'll do number 8. Number 8 is for Dino Thunder. Do you guys ever wonder why the freaking White Ranger's story is wonky as frick? Yeah, it's pretty wonky. The fact of Trent got his powers back and the evil ranger for some reason still have the Zords, and it's like, but he got his powers back. Shouldn't he have the Zords? And the evil one should be a shell of himself and all that crap. And well, the funny part, and this is Disney. This is Disney's first rodeo on covering up a dead ranger. In the original version, the White Ranger was a bad guy, but then turned to a good guy. And when he turned to a good guy, apparently the demon or whatever that was inside of him said, "F you," and got out. And well, it turns out the morpher is very unstable. It's got so powerful that in a couple of days, or in a couple of morphs, I think, he will freaking explode. That's right, the morpher will explode him, killing him. So he did do it. Yeah, he had no choice but to do morph, and he morphed, and then eventually the day came, and well, he decides to die on the beach, but then all of a sudden his Zord swooped him up, and they looked at the sunset together, and they exploded together. Thus is why they stopped the freaking Dino Thunder beforehand, so they don't have to actually be like, "Oh fuck, well, we're going to talk about where the White Ranger is and where's the Zord." It's like, yeah, so they had to make new footage and they had to wrap it up quick. Again, I actually made a nice little story of how they would have freaking saved their freaking asses, but apparently, no, they couldn't think of that idea. That idea was stupid. So instead, they decide to actually cover up the Ranger death the worst way possible, because me personally, I think the story is crap. But yes, Trent was supposed to die as well. Number 9 is SPD. So you guys ever wonder why the freaking Omega Ranger always had to be in Ranger form? Yes, by storyline purposes, he was like, but I came from the future and I can't morph out of it, because if I morph out of it, then some kind of crap's gonna happen. Or he was just stuck in a morph because he came from the future. Well, the truth behind that is the fact of the freaking writers of SPD didn't know how many freaking Rangers they need to cast. So because of that, they only knew of at least the 7 or the 6 Rangers. He didn't know anything about the Nova Ranger or the Omega Ranger. So they actually had to find people, most likely in their staff, to voice them. And then eventually they decided to say, okay, well, since you voiced them, you might as well pose as them. And that's what happened. Yes, crazy, isn't it? Crazy as frick, isn't it? Where are we? Number 9, number 10? I forgot. Shaka Khan. I think it was, I'll just end at 10. If it's not 10, then, oh, damn it. But yeah, number 10 is the fact of, what's a good one? Oh, let's go back to Mighty Morphin. For those who don't know, which lots of people love to give this awesome, funny punchline, and I'll add a special one in there too. But anyways, yeah, so in number 10 is the fact of the Yellow Ranger was actually originally a boy ranger in the original content. But because Trini Yeah, they decide, and because the fact that they want to have two girls, not one, because well, that's the demographic. That's how they usually scale things. Is that either one girl or two girls? I think nowadays they kind of actually make sure that they allow two girls at least because well, they're like, oh, we got Sabans to look out for. But anyways, yeah, at number 10, the Yellow Ranger's name is Boy. That's right. The original Yellow Ranger's name in original Japanese content, his name was Boy. It's truly funny. Lots of people laugh at that. And the special one is the fact of if you look very closely in one episode, I forgot which episode, but you look closely in one episode, you actually will get to see the Blue Ranger, the actual original Japanese Blue Ranger in the background while Billy is missing. Yeah, it's truly funny. I looked at it and I was like, oh, what the frick? And how about a double tap? Here's another special one. For those who don't know, if you actually listen at the Green Ranger when he has the Dragon Zord for the first time and he says never, notice the fact of that wasn't even Jason David Frank's voice. Yeah, so anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little Easter egg. If you guys want more, I will definitely do more. But for right now, thank you for watching and go see the movie.